welcome back friends to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today I wanted to talk about the global side of the game for the new upcoming Lost Chapter for Rosa. Now, before I get into it friends, please remember to like and subscribe, as that truly lets me know that you guys do enjoy the content that I am creating. Alright friends, so let's get into it, let's do this. So, from Square Enix's slide, so on January 15th, UTC time, so literally the day after or the day of that I post this video is when the event will be going live. A prayer for one dear Rosa's lost chapter. Now, Rosa and Sabin, so Sabin will be getting a rework, and as you guys can see, there is no indication that we are going to be getting a free multi-draw, friends. So let's keep that in mind. Just that was a part of the New Year campaign. Unfortunately, we do not have any more free multi-draws, but hopefully during the second year anniversary, we will be getting some more. All right, friends. So now the very first character that I do want to cover is going to be Sabin. Now, Sabin, he is a character from Final Fantasy VI. He is a Black Affinity Crystal character. He is a magic attacker. Even though he's a monk, he's got fists. He's a magic attacker, magic DPS unit. All right, friends. So let's take a look at his abilities now. I will be talking about all of his passives all together instead of just doing it one by one, how I usually do. Let's see how that goes, friends. Let's see how they go. Let me know down below in the comments if you rather prefer this. I will leave this up just so you guys can see. Now, Sabin's first ability is called Aura Cannon. Aura Cannon is a 4-hit holy magic Brave plus HP attack, and this will do extra damage towards ghost type enemies. So Tifa is excellent for skeletons, Zidane is great for wolves, Edgar destroys machines, and Sabin is excellent for ghost type enemies. This will be a part of pretty much his entire kit. Now this has 120% max brave overflow. This will deal 50% splash damage to non-targeted enemies, which is nice. 50% HP damage. That's great. I like it right off the bat. Now, upon using Aura Cannon, this will also inflict Holy and Wind resist down to all enemies. Great, because both of his abilities do have an element attached to it. His Aura Cannon Holy, his Raise a Gale Wind. Upon using Aura Cannon, now this next buff, it can be a blessing or a curse, and we will get into that much later in the video, friends. Now, after using Aura Cannon, he will grant himself a stack of something called Battle Spirit Unleashed. Battle Spirit Unleashed will raise his attack by 60% and his max brave by 30%. That's a good buff. 60% for attack, that's great. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Now, you might notice that on here it is called Powers Unleashed, but when I translate it, it goes to Battle Spirit Unleashed. But just keep in mind, friends, that the translation can change on global. It's possible it could change, but everything will still be the same. All right, friends. So I will be calling it Battle Spirit Unleashed, so BSU. So if I accidentally do call it Powers Unleashed, just a heads up, friends. Now, when Battle Spirit Unleashed is at 3 stacks or higher, Aura Cannon will turn into Aura Cannon Plus, which will then ignore defense. That's pretty sweet. The fact that he can ignore defense with his Aura Cannon Plus is great. That's pretty nice. Now, this will have 180% max Brave Overflow. This will heal his Brave by 50% based off the HP damage he dealt. So now he's getting Brave back after he attacks with his plus version of the skill, which is great. I like that too. Now, the one downside of this is that it does not grant Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks, and this will decrease Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks by 2. Now you can get a max stacks of 4 of Battle Spirit Unleashed. Now you gain 1 by using Aura Cannon. You get another one with his Brave Attack Plus. So when Battle Spirit Unleashed is active, Brave Attack will become Brave Attack Plus, which is just a 2-hit magic Brave Attack, and this will increase existing Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks by 1. Now, keyword there is existing. This means that you need to have Battle Spirit Unleashed already active in order to gain another stack of Battle Spirit Unleashed. So this is a way for you guys to start getting your stacks of Battle Spirit Unleashed. This only increases it if you already have it. All right, friends, following along here, hopefully. Now, let's take a look at his second ability, Razor Gale. Let me scroll down just so you guys can essentially see. Now, Razor Gale is a AoE 4-hit wind magic Brave plus HP attack. The HP damage is split amongst all enemies. Extra damage towards skeleton types. 150% max Brave overflow. This will also inflict wind and holy resist down to all enemies. Great, awesome. Both of his skills inflict wind and holy resist down. He will grant himself Max Brave up, and this will also grant him 1 stack of Battle Spirit Unleashed for 8 turns. And same thing with this one. When Battle Spirit Unleashed is at 3 stacks, Razor Gale will turn into Razor Gale Plus. This will also ignore defense, have a 200% Max Brave overflow. It will delay the target by 1 turn. Yay! So where's our delay team, right? Tifa, EX Plus, Sabin, Razor Gale Plus. Get that delay team together. Now, same thing with it as a skill 1. This does not grant a Battle Spirit Unleashed stack. This will decrease any current Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks by 2. And now let's take a look at Sabin's additional ability, Set Battle Spirit Unleashed. Now, upon using Set Battle Spirit Unleashed, this will grant him 2 stacks of Battle Spirit Unleashed for 8 turns. With his Bloomstone, this will give him an additional use and grant him 2 additional stacks of Battle Spirit Unleashed, so for a total of 4 stacks. So just by using this with his Bloomstone, you're at max stacks. You're at your full 4 stacks, which is pretty nice because this can then play into, do I want my Aura Cannon, Razor Gale in their plus forms? Do I want his EX in his plus form, which we will talk about in a second? So I actually do recommend picking up Sabin's Bloomstone just for that reason alone. Now let's take a look at his EX ability, Venom Claw. Now Venom Claw grants him access to the EX ability called Phantom Rush. Now Phantom Rush, 4-hit Wind and Holy. You guys are seeing the theme here, right? You guys are seeing the theme. 4-hit Wind and Holy Magic Brave plus HP attack executed twice. This will inflict Wind and Holy resist down for 4 turns before the first HP attack, which is nice. It is 4 turns. Usually 4 turns, in my opinion, that's really not a long time for any type of imperils, but the fact that all of his abilities can inflict Wind and Holy Resist down, that's okay for Sabin. That is okay. Now, upon using Phantom Rush, this will grant him a stack of Battle Spirit Unleashed, and he will grant himself Inherited Techniques for 8 turns. Inherited Techniques will raise his attack and Max Brave overflow limit, and he will grant himself Wind and Holy Enhanced effect. So now his we'll talk about in a moment, his HP plus, his Brave Attack plus, his HP plus plus will now have Wind and Holy attached to it. So if you can use either Aura Cannon or his Razor Gale or his EX ability, then you will be dishing out essentially a little bit more damage with either of those that I just mentioned. Now, this also ties into his Battle Spirit Unleashed buff. When you are at 3 stacks of Battle Spirit Unleashed, Phantom Rush will turn into Phantom Rush Plus, which will now ignore defense. That is beautiful. Any Noel users, individuals, people out there, if you have his EX ability, the fact that you guys know that when it ignores defense, that's a beautiful thing, especially when the enemy has a massive amount of Brave and a high defense. Ignore it. That Brave is gone. It's gone. So there's nothing that special with his limit breaks, but at 3 out of 3, he will now get his HP attack plus, which is Wind and Holy Magic Brave plus HP attack. This will also increase existing Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks by 1. Same thing as his Brave Attack Plus. His HP Attack Plus does not grant him Battle Spirit Unleashed. This will increase the stacks by 1. So if you're thinking like, oh yeah, I can just go into the quest and just start HP attacking plus to get my Battle Spirit Unleashed, it doesn't work that way, friends, unfortunately. You have to use any of his abilities, and then you could start using his HP attack plus, his Brave attack plus to start building up those stacks. But keep in mind, friends, that this will not refresh the turns, the amount of turns. He has it at max for 8 turns, his Battle Spirit Unleashed. So be careful, because you could potentially lose those stacks if you just HP attack plus and you're at 1 turn left. It will be gone. Now his EX plus at 0-3, more overflow for Phantom Rush and Phantom Rush Plus. At 1 out of 3, when a quest starts, he grants himself Inherited Techniques for 8 turns, so right off the bat, just more attack and Max Brave Overflow, along with that Wind and Holy Enhanced to himself. At 2 out of 3, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. When his Battle Spirit Unleashed is active, his HP Attack Plus will turn into HP Attack Plus Plus, which now has 2 Brave hits, higher potency, and overflow of 120%. So that's not bad. It will still grant that stack of Battle Spirit Unleashed, which is nice. And at 3-3, when Phantom Rush and Phantom Rush Plus will be executed 3 times. Right there, executed thrice. That's pretty good. Now, I did watch a video of Sabin, because I don't have him on JP. I'm not too familiar with him. I have him on Global, but he has none of this. He has none of this yet, of course. And I would say EX plus wise, I compared the damage to just about Cloud's EX plus, which isn't bad. Around Cloud's EX plus and Squall's EX plus, if you guys have them like maxed out, that's around where he's hitting at. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And of course, if you have Phantom Rush plus, you will obliterate the boss's Brave. Now his bonus sphere is critical boost long. When dealing a critical hit, raises max brave by 10% for 6 turns. Now if you are going to be investing in Sabin in his EX weapon, if you are going to be investing in Sabin, 3 out of 3 because you're one of the few that might be investing in him. He's not bad. He's not a bad unit, but some people might be thrown off. Some people don't like his Battle Spirit Unleashed stacks and how it works, but I'll give my final thoughts later on, friends. So if you are gonna use him, he is a DPS unit. You want him 3 out of 3, friends. Now his artifact passives, he doesn't have a C50, so you want attack 108, max break 330, and potentially buffed attack if you cannot get attack 108s, because this will raise his attack by 5% with active buffs, and you are going to be essentially having Battle Spirit Unleashed just about all the time, so that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, now let's talk about the main character, the main event, Rosa. Support. Amazing support. You guys should try to pull for her. You guys should try. I guess it really depends on the global first, but you guys should try. She's a really good support, guys. Now, Rosa, she's a Final Fantasy IV character, blue crystal affinity character. She's a magic support. Thank goodness there's no yellow affinity crystal characters on this banner. There is Yori, but he's not yellow. As far as I know, he's not yellow. He should be white, but we don't. I usually don't worry about the third wheel, so to say. Now, all right, so same thing with Rosa. Now, for Rosa, I'm going to talk about her second ability first because her first ability has the buff from her second ability. So, Rosa's second ability is called Prayer, her Crystal Strength 20 skill. Now, what Prayer does is when you use it, it will raise the party's brave based on attack. This will grant to herself Rosa's Prayer. This is the best part. Rosa's Prayer raises party int brave, max brave, and attack by 50%. Again, with all her passives, 50% max brave, int brave, and attack. That's pretty good. There is a condition though. There is a condition. Now, in order for this to be activated on your characters, that character has to have their HP above 80% or below 50% of their max HP. So there is that threshold between 80 and 50%. If you're in there, you will not get this buff, friends. So be sure to heal up or just take enough HP damage to be below 50%, and then you will get the 50% up to your int brave, max brave, and attack. All right, friends. So it's good time to bring a healer or a warrior light to protect yourself, so on and so forth. Now, also upon using Pray, she will also grant to the party Re-Rise. Now, what Re-Rise does, it will instantly revive a unit that has been KO'd, and now HP regen effect has been added to it. So now she heals. Yes, she heals. So White Mage, they can finally heal. Great, awesome, amazing. Now, it's essentially a safety net. Re-Rise, it's a safety net. If your unit dies, they come back to life. Okay, great, awesome, amazing. Now, while Rosa's Prayer is active, her HP attack will be HP attack plus. This is just a range brave plus HP attack. It's another way to dump that brave. Now, her first skill, Divine Blast. Let me just so you guys have visual reference. Now, her first skill, Divine Blast, it is a 3-hit magic brave plus HP attack with 120% max brave overflow. Raises allies brave based on HP damage dealt. So Divine Blast, it's her offensive ability. Her skill 1, Divine Blast, is offensive. Her skill 2, Pray, is her defensive buffing ability. Now, while Rosa's Prayer is active, her Brave Attack will become Brave Attack Plus, which just increases the number of Brave hits to 2. That's it. Done. So her entire kit is in her second ability. Now, her additional ability, All Attack, will raise the party's attack by 10% and max Brave Overflow limit by 10%. Her Bloomstone will give it an additional use and extend the duration of all attacks. So in regards to her Bloomstone, I mean, if you're going to be getting her, if you are going to be maxing her out, might as well get it because it's just another few turns of more attack up to your party and more max brave overflow. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. Let's take a look at her EX weapon. Now this will be the second time that her EX weapon will be featured in the game. The first time was when she debuted, which is pretty nice. She does come back much later on in the game, but at that point she doesn't have any type of like LD weapons, no burst. She doesn't have another rework, so she's at the peak of her power, and she's going to be great for a while. So her EX weapon, Elven Bow, grants her access to the EX ability, Luminous Arrow. Now what Luminous Arrow is a 4-hit AoE range spray plus single target HP attack. This will raise the ally's brave based on HP damage dealt. It's a overflow. It's pretty low, 120%. That's pretty low. But this is the beautiful part. Does not consume ability use on the next turn. So use this the following turn. You can either go back into her skill 1 or use pray again. Awesome. Now this is slightly slow. It does get just a little bit faster, but it is slightly on the slower side, but the fact that it grants her a free ability use on the following turn is amazing. Now, nothing special with her limit breaks, just more brave damage, overflow, and increases recast speed of Luminous Arrow. Her Elven Bow Plus, now at 0-3, I love her 0-3. Her 0-3 is good. It's really good. When you use Luminous Arrow, this will moderately restore the party's HP based on HP damage dealt, up to 20% of max HP. Another form of healing. That is great. That is beautiful. That is amazing. Now, while Rosa's Prayer is active, this will turn her HP Attack Plus into HP Attack Plus Plus, which will essentially do a range Brave plus HP attack, so nice way to dump out the Brave and raise party members' Brave based on HP damage dealt. That's pretty nice. That's pretty. I like that. Usually for support units, I love when they have this built into their kit because it's a nice way. It's an additional way to brave the party, especially after you dump out the Brave. Just another way. If she's not being targeted, right, you don't want to use either of her abilities, HP attack plus plus. If she has a good amount of Brave the party. Brave the party. Now, 1-3, when you use her Luminous Arrow, she will grant Miraculous Light for 4 turns. This will raise party max Brave Overflow limit and grants Brave Regen to the party. So that's very nice, all in a nice, beautiful frame buff. So you could stack those up with other types of Brave Regen to the party, HP Regen to the party. Oh man, that's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be great. Now at 2-3, when the quest starts, she will grant the Rosa's Prayer for 10 turns. So right off the bat, you have access to that 50% attack up and Brave up and max Brave up, which is nice. And at 3-3, her EX ability will start doing 50% HP damage to non-targets, which is, I like this. Now her bonus sphere, break hit HP regen long. When breaking target or attacking a broken target, this will restore party HP 3% of their max HP for 6 turns. This is nice for units that don't have healing, like for example Ramza, C-type. He does have a C-type slot. You could give this to him and he becomes a pseudo healer. That's not bad. You want Rosa to heal up a little bit more, give this to her. So as long as the unit has a C-type slot, they can equip this, and again, they will turn into a pseudo healer. Now for Rosa, if you do want to invest in her, like I personally highly recommend you take her 3 out of 3 for sure, just because that extra HP splash damage to the non-targets is pretty nice. It helps out clear out trash waves if her EX ability is up, like if you're like wave 4 out of 5. If there's multiple bosses, it's a great way to deal 50%, not just like 20% splash damage, 50% to the other boss. But since she is a support, usually with supports, you can get away with 0-3. I love that her 0-3, that's where her healing is, and that's where her HP plus plus is. So you can leave her at 0-3 or take her to 3-3. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you're going to decide. Now, her artifact passives. Let's take a quick look. Now, you definitely want to grab this one, her C50 Devoted White Mage. What this will do, it will raise the party's int brave attack by 5% when Rosa's Prayer is active. Even more buffs to the party. So with 3 of these, you're at 15%. So you want to grab yourself some C50. She doesn't hit that hard, so you want to grab attack 108 and max brave 330 if you can't get either or. So C50, 108, max brave 330. Now, before I get into the banner, if you should pull it, I just want to quickly look at the bosses. We're getting the Crust Beetles. Oh, I hate these things. Man, I hate these things. These are in one of the Dimensions End. I forget which one. It might be 7. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're in there. It's a pain. And they're just a mid-boss. So, anywho, anyone who's fought these things before, you guys know they're a pain. But they are weak to Wind and Holy. And I checked the JP side of the game. They did resist Paralysis and Confuse. So that could potentially change on global, but just throwing that out there. So the one unit that we've all been using, if you did pull for her, Agrius, she won't be as useful. Her Paralysis will be off the table. Cloud will be off the table. If you decide to bring Porum, her Confuse will not work here, but not I guess not that many people have Porum, right? Those that pulled have her. All right, anywho, so this is an antlion type enemy. Now, there are some things to look out for, okay? Now, you will notice that this thing can enrage itself. Hatred power enters enraged state. Now, what this does is it will cleanse itself and it gets stronger. It does this a few times. Hatred power plus. Oh, that's terrifying. Now, this is the thing to look out for. All right, friends. So remember, giant pincers, okay? Melee HP attack. Remember that. Okay? Got it? Right here? Okay. Now, Blaze Plus, HP plus plus. Firm Horn triggers giant pincers when inflicting break or attacking target afflicted with break while enraged. So when this thing is essentially pissed off, when it's enraged, if it breaks you, if it attacks one of your units that is essentially inflicted with a break, it will automatically go into giant pincers. It's HP attack. You will die. There's a really great chance, unless there's some form of HP damage reduction to the party, or if the unit can survive with 1 HP left, that unit, there's a great chance that that unit will die. Do not get broken. Do your best not to get broken or get attacked while broken. Okay, friends? Be careful. This is a pain. It was a pain for me over on JP. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. Like, why am I dying? This is exactly why, friends. So watch out. Be careful. Time to get Warrior Light into here, right? Get him in here, and so he can essentially protect your Brave. All right, friends, so now we're at that part of the video. Should you pull on this banner? So let's talk about Sabin first. Now, Sabin, now, his unique buff, it's hit or miss, all right? Some people like it, other people do not like it. His Battle Spirit Unleashed. Now, he does get better. Of course, he does get better. Now, this thing can essentially hold him back because the only main way for him to get his Battle Unleashed stacks is either A, via his additional ability, B, Brave pluses or HP pluses, or C, his EX ability, which isn't bad. Now, he only grants himself 1 stack, max stacks at 4, but as soon as you reach the 3 stack threshold, you will no longer gain yourself stacks. You will lose 2 stacks upon using his either Aura Cannon or Razor Gale plus forms, or his Phantom Rush plus, and you will lose them. You will not refresh your stack counts back up to 8 turns. And you will essentially be doing like a lot of HP plus pluses or Brave Attack plus pluses. So it's a good idea if you are going to invest in him to pair him up with a really good Brave battery like Y'shtola, just because HP plus plus is a great way for him to dump out that Brave. Just be sure that he has his Battle Spirit Unleashed buff already active so he can grant more stacks to himself. And his additional ability is amazing because with his Phantom Rush Plus, if you're at 0 stacks, for some reason you lose his stacks, or you're only like at 1 stack, use his additional ability, get all the full stacks, unleash that defense ignoring Phantom Rush Plus, or if you need to use either of his abilities in their plus forms, that's another great way just to get stacks right off the bat, friends. But for him, it's not the greatest. I don't like that. Me personally, I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have a more solid unit with stacks that essentially don't fall off, and once you reach their fullest potential, they stay there, kind of like Noctis. Once they're at 5 stacks with Noctis, his HP attack plus is amazing. It's great as long as you keep him at 5 stacks. So it's iffy, friends. He does hit hard. He is essentially right before the Elemental Imperil change, which means that as long as a unit hits elemental weakness, I mean, unless it's absorbed, but if he or she hits an elemental weakness, they're going to do full damage, which is great. It'd be awesome if we got that already, a part of the when this banner LC goes live. But other than that, friends, Sabin, I'm really iffy. I'm not that crazy about, like, I guess for new players, that's not really great. It could teach you to pay attention to your stacks, right? But it's not really new player friendly buffs mechanics there. Rosa, on the other hand, she is good. She's a really, really good support unit. She's got some beautiful buffs built into her kit. She's got HP regen, HP healing with her EX ability, her Rosa's Prayer. Let me do some math for you. I did some math. Okay, so total. Now, this is what you get with Rosa's Prayer. Int Brave, Max Brave, attack 50%. Her Crystal 50 passive will grant the party in Brave an attack by 10% while Rosa's prayer is active. Her Crystal 68 passive will raise the party's max Brave and attack by 10%. Her additional ability will raise the attack by 10%. Her Devoted White Mage artifact passes raises the party's int Brave and attack by 5% while Rosa's prayer is active. Times 3, that's 15%. So in grand total, after using her additional ability, if all the buffs are in place, and if I did my math right, you will get buffs. You will get int Brave 75% up, max Brave 60% up, and attack of 95% up. Without her additional ability, that attack is back down to 85%, but that's still good. But with her additional ability, that's 95% attack up to the party. If you're within the threshold, that is amazing. That is really good. Your units are going to be hitting hard. Units that don't hit that hard with Rosa, they can become viable. Like if your Tituses will hit hard, bring them back in. Squalls, because we're pretty much like at the mid. We're pretty much at mid cast where a lot of your older units are gonna start getting swapped out. Sure, you can get the upcoming 8 character Paramorph with Rosa. He's gonna do amazing damage, but if you still want to hold on to your Titus, get Rosa. She will make him hit harder. You want to hold on to your Cloud because of the paralysis? Hey, pair him up with Rosa and Barret at the same time. They're gonna do phenomenal damage. So Rosa, I highly recommend you guys actually chase after Rosa. Sabin, like I said, his kit, it's really iffy for me. His Battle Spirit Unleashed. I'd rather have a unit that once you reach max stacks, you're at their fullest potential without it falling back down. But with Rosa herself, she is enough reason to pull this banner. So she does have longevity. She's a great unit to pull, friends. She's a really good unit to pull and pity worthy. Now, if you are afraid because of the upcoming potentially global first, don't go too ham. Then see if you could potentially get it. I mean, will you be fine if you don't get her? Sure. I was over on JP again. I didn't get her. I turned out okay. I did have to make up for it by getting like other support units down the line, like Alphanod. He's a great support too. But she's an amazing addition to the team, friends. I recommend not skipping out on her, friends, because of those party buffs to the team. All right, friends. That is it for this video, friends. Thank you guys for joining me, for listening to me give you guys essentially my 2 cents on the Rosa Lost Chapter banner. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are going to do for this banner. Me personally, I already have Rosa. I did pick her up when she first debuted like months ago, because me personally, I'm not that big of a fan for Sabin. He's not bad, but there are other Magic DPS units on the horizon like Golbez I would rather have him over Sabin any day. That's just me. And Rosa, I picked her up, so I'm ready to 3 out of 3 her. All right, friends. So again, let me know down below in the comments what you guys are gonna do. You guys gonna pull, skip? If the event is going on, let me know how your banner results were. All right, friends. So until next time, good luck and have a good one.